welcome back to Spartan Music Monday. I'm Mikayla, your host, and today we're here with Jocelin to talk about Pink Friday by Nicki Minaj. Jocelin, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
What are your first thoughts about the album?
It's pretty solid.
Do you remember, when you first heard it? Because this came out in, 2010.
I probably only heard a couple songs on the album.
Yeah.
Probably back in the old days.
Yeah. Did you like any of these songs?
I did.
When you were younger?
Yes.
I was a big fan of Super Bass.
Yeah, Super Bass.
We're doing the, not the complete version, so there's only 13 tracks on the album we're reviewing, but Super Bass will get an honorable mention at the end. So, also, listen at your own risk, because these lyrics are very, bold. But, anyways, moving on. We have track number 1, which is I'm the Best. What do you have to say about that track?
It's not, super catchy, and it kind of tells a story about her and her family and buying things for her mom, and about how her dad was an addict, so it's just, telling a story about her life.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of nice, because, it went from her telling a story about, how she was, an underground kind of rapper who wasn't very well known to, being more of a mainstream artist and, giving back to her family who, wasn't very well off, just, buying her mom a house. She said something about, how she couldn't buy her mom, simple things, and that she wound up, buying her mom a house, and I thought that was really sweet.
Wholesome.
Yeah, it was cute. Alright. Should we move on?
Yeah.
To Roman's Revenge.
Yeah.
What did you think about this one?
I liked how Eminem was on the song. He was probably the best part. The lyrics were extremely bold and vulgar.
Yeah.
The song is very repetitive, so it's kind of got annoying a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just about how life will kick you in the butt, kind of.
Yeah. I took it more of kind of her getting back at people, just saying don't put dirt on my name, because she was also just telling people to leave her alone.
Yeah.
And I thought it was interesting because in this song and a lot of her other songs on this album, a lot of the lyrics have to do with very masculine, describing herself in a very masculine way. So she says in the beginning, I'm not Jasmine, I'm Aladdin. So she's saying that she's she's more masculine, which is yeah, because her version of describing herself as masculine is being powerful and strong, because that's how a lot of masculine people are seen.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting as well.
Me too.
Do you want to take the next one?
No.
All right, we're gonna do track 3, Did It On 'Em. So this one, I think it's very catchy.
Yeah,
I like this one a lot.
It's one of my favorites on the album. It is super catchy, and it's about a lot of girl power, but it was very explicit in some parts.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a song I would sing in the car.
Mhm.
She was dominating everything and everyone, just
Yeah.
in life in general.
I felt this one also had a lot of that masculine
Yeah.
description. I can't repeat it on here, but there's some lines in here that are very, very vulgar, which also have to do with the more masculine side of things. But also, I thought it's interesting the way that she talks to people who are hating on her, because she's not kind of she's not insulting them. She's calling them her sons, their babies. She's calling them little kids.
Yeah.
Because they're immature. But yeah, I like this one. It's a hype
It's
anthem.
definitely one of my favorites on the album.
It has a good beat, I
It
think.
does.
Yeah.
The track is nice.
Yeah. Alright. Next we have track 4, which is Right Through Me.
It's about her haters pretty much, and she's being very prideful. I'd give it a 5 out of 10. It wasn't my favorite, but it was also very 2010s, the beat of the song was just
It had that kind of vibe to it, which obviously makes sense because it came out around then. I also liked the part of the song that was about somebody seeing right through her and letting her have her victories, whereas a lot of the times I feel when you have friendships, a lot of them are competitive, and I'm not sure if this is about a friendship or relationship, but it was kind of just her comfort and like having someone who like sees right through her and knows her so well and like defends her, because I don't know, I guess Nicki has some haters because people, I don't know, don't like her, but I'll always defend Nicki. And then we have track number 5, which is Fly.
Oh my gosh, I love this song. I definitely give it a 10 out of 10. Rihanna is on it and is absolutely amazing. The singing is really good and it's super nostalgic and it's kind of motivational.
Yeah, I like this one a lot. I love the Riri feature.
Yeah.
I always love Rihanna, but I thought this one was very different than the rest of the album.
Yeah.
It had like a very light feeling to it, whereas the rest of the album is like that like really masculine, really heavy beat, really like strong. Whereas like this song was just very light and like obviously the title's Fly, so it's like, you know, but like a feather, yeah. But it was kind of about like how she still rises even after people like hunt her like sharks, like she said in the song.
Yeah.
And so like she's just rising above that negative energy instead of like accepting it, which I think is important, especially if you have that kind of fame.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. You have anything else to say about that song? Riri?
Yeah.
Alright, and then we have Save Me, which is track number 6. So this one is she's kind of giving up on herself and she's like asking for someone to save her, so it was like kind of sad.
Yeah, I found it like a bit on the slower side. Obviously talking about someone saving her. It's not a song that I'd like play out loud in the car.
Yeah, I feel like this album as a whole is a good album, but like I don't know if I'd listen to the like songs individually, like in a playlist.
Yeah, I feel like that song is just like therapeutic for her.
In
her own
head. Yeah, I think she's just like working through stuff because like she's like giving up on her very tough demeanor and like you know, her very like edgy like personality in the first part of the album, and she's kind of giving up on that and like just asked somebody like to be there for her and save her, because like I feel like a lot of people, especially in the music industry, like put on that tough show, but obviously they're not gonna be soft in front of like the eyes of people, but at the same time it's definitely not easy.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, then we got Moment for Life on track number 7.
This one I give another 10 out of 10. I absolutely love the song. It's giving King Nicki. It's very catchy. It's definitely a song I'd put on my playlist, and I love that Drake is on the song as well. And Drake's part is also fire, so it was really good overall, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like this one. It was kind of like a hype anthem, like again, is she's just kind of like hyping herself up, calling herself the king, which like goes with all the other things I said, and like she's talking about how like she's grateful for everything, so she's not greedy. She's like, she said that she's not lucky, she's blessed, so she's not greedy about her fame. She's like thankful for everything that came with it, which I think is also important.
Yeah, a lot of people don't act that way when they get famous. So
yeah, it's sad. I mean, it's hard to deal with fame, I think, but
it's good that she appreciates it.
Yeah. Okay. Next we got Check It Out.
This one is really giving Barbie dog movie to me. I absolutely love it. And
do you mean like the dancing dogs in the like Barbie Diamond Castle movie?
Yes.
'Cause I love that movie growing up.
It just reminds me of the Barbie dog movie. And it's a song that gets stuck in my head a lot. It's very upbeat and
you know what, like my first thought when I listened to this song is like so random, but it reminded me of like a Shane Dawson parody that I heard, which is like so like off track, but yeah, that it was so bad. First of all, like ew, I'm not really a fan, but like that's the first thing it reminded me of, because I haven't heard this song in so long. But like the beat was so good. I loved it. It was so catchy.
I love it.
Like this is a song I would like get up and dance to. It's like something I play in the car.
At like 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Going down.
Where are you going at 2 in the morning?
Boston.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh.
Play the Barbie dog song.
Okay. But I feel like it's just her telling people, like, check me out, like,
I would
look at me
definitely check
now.
her out for sure.
Like, she's just being confident. And also, it was featuring will.i.am,
Yes.
which is, like, I haven't heard him since probably, like, the 2010s. Like, when I was growing up, super popular. Like, Scream and Shout, all that. And I don't think I've heard him in God knows how long, so
Yeah.
it was interesting.
Love that song.
Yeah. Okay. Then we've got track number 9, which is Blazin'.
I love this song. I mean, it's not perfect, so I give it like a 7 out of 10. I personally like Kanye's part. And like Nicki's part is giving like her villain era. It's like baddie, like
Yeah.
boss.
What didn't you like about it?
The beat was just like
Yeah,
on
I
and
felt
off.
like it was a little slow.
Yeah.
And then it would pick up and then it got slow
Yeah.
again. So I agree. I felt like this one was also like her just rising above.
Right.
Kanye was interesting though. I'm not sure I liked his part because I feel like I'm so used to hearing Kanye in like such a different like
Yeah.
I don't know, light, I guess. And so hearing him like this with Nicki, it was just a very different sound for him. I'm not sure if I was a fan. It was okay.
Yeah, I like the two together.
Yeah.
They're cute.
Do you like Kanye?
Yeah, I like the old Kanye.
Yeah. Do you listen to a lot of his older music?
Yeah.
Yeah, like what?
In the night, here talk the coldest story ever told.
Uh-huh.
That one was good.
Yeah. Do you listen to any of his new stuff or no?
Not really. No.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan. He has some good stuff, but like,
Yeah, he kind of fell off a little bit.
yeah, a little bit after, Kim.
Scandalous.
But yeah. Anyways, it wasn't my favorite song, but it
Yeah.
was still a good song, I think. Alright. Then we've got track number 10, which is Here I Am.
I didn't really like this song at all. It's not really catchy. The instrumental parts were so long, and it was kind
Yeah.
of annoying. You can't really sing along to it because the instruments are like going off. I'd give it like a 5 out of 10. It's not that bad, but it's just
Yeah.
not my favorite.
I understand. It was like, I feel like this song was so much more meaning than it was like
Yeah.
production, and I mean that, and like she put a lot more into the lyrics than she did like the production of the song. So like
Right.
the music and like the backing tracks and stuff like that. So like to me it almost felt kind of lackluster in that sense. Like I felt like her lyrics were saying more than the music was,
Yeah.
which happens sometimes. Like it was a really good message. It's just like her talking about like someone
Right.
seeing the worst in her and like how she wants somebody to love her as she is instead of
Yeah.
being like that fake version of herself.
Yeah.
And so like in that way I feel like it definitely has a good meaning, but I wasn't a huge fan of like the song
Yeah.
itself.
When I think of Nicki, I think of like her like villain and like boss.
Yeah.
Like not really her sad side. She like never brings that out. So when she does,
Yeah.
I'm kind of like.
Well,
ew.
because she kind of like projects herself as like this
Yeah.
really like confident, really like edgy woman, and she is, but like she also has so many like deeper
Right.
feelings. And I think I went into this album not expecting any of that, because I was expecting more of like the super
Yeah.
bass, like did it on them, that kind of like beat
Did it on 'em.
throughout the whole album. But like when it got to this song and like all the other really deeper meaning sad songs in the album, like almost all of them have like that kind of deeper meaning to it,
Exactly.
and I was like
Yeah.
surprised
There's like
by
a
it.
couple songs that are just like punch you in the face, but
Yeah.
then the others are just like her being sad, and it's kind of like.
I know. She's like happy, feeling herself, then she's sad,
Yeah,
then she's like
really bipolar in that album.
yeah. But yeah, I think it was a good song.
Yeah.
And then we have Dear Old Nicki.
I mean, it's obviously dedicated to her old self, and she talks about her new life and about the media, but like again, I feel like the song is like more in the lyrics and not like, because it's not super catchy. It's like not a song I play like in the car, and not something I have on my
Yeah.
playlist. But I feel like it's just like a little something for her fans to like know what she's like going through, and that she's like not like all this like baddie persona.
Yeah, I feel like she's kind of calling herself like in the past a little too like sensitive in a way. Like
Yeah.
she's saying that like she misses how raw her emotions used to be, but she needed to
Yes.
grow and all that stuff, which I think is good. I think this also kind of follows what I was talking to you about before. You know how I told you there's like all these different personas that go with like each
Yeah.
album? So she has like her like a different whole persona for each album that she has. So this is kind of her transition from like old Nicki and like her old self where she didn't have a
Right.
lot and she, you know, was very like just like at a loss for some things, and now she has like everything and she's very like different now, very grown, very like,
Yeah.
you know, confident. And so like this is like her persona of Harajuku Barbie, which is like
Yes.
I think this one is like more known as her like pink wigs
Right.
and like the bob hairstyle.
Oh my gosh.
So, which also I didn't know this before, but that's where like the nickname Barbs came from.
Yes.
For like Nicki's listeners is like Barbs. It came from that persona of like Harajuku Barbie,
Yes.
which I thought was so interesting, cause like I was reading up on it and it was like, I think a lot of the reason why she has like these alter egos almost for each album is like her escaping her like past life where she was really unhappy
sure.
and really immature.
Yeah. No, I can definitely see that. I feel like to make it in the world of just like fame, you have to be tough.
Yeah.
So she's kind of like masking her feelings, and she's bringing it out in a couple of these songs, which I thought that was
Yeah,
pretty
I thought it
vulnerable
was
of
like
her.
compared to her music before this, it was definitely like a different side to her.
Yeah, definitely
which
did not
is
expect
nice.
this from her. But,
Yeah.
you know.
But I like this song. I feel like it really tied everything together.
Yeah. I feel
'Cause
like
it,
it was
like-
a good piece of the album.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like there was like a lot of messages and like subtle hints at like
Right.
her growing from her past life and like all the things that have changed since then. I feel like that kind
Yeah.
of like wrapped the album up as a whole
Yeah.
instead of it being kind of like all over the place.
Yes, and the thing is, too, I feel like if you're listening to the song and you're not really a Nicki fan, you don't really listen to her, that you wouldn't really, like, understand certain things, because, I mean, everyone knows, like, Nicki's just, like, the big bad wolf,
Yeah.
and, like listening to it,
she's-
she's just, like,
Well, I feel like a lot of people, instead of seeing her as confident, like, I feel like a lot of the times confidence is almost seen as like a threat or like
right,
they see it as a bad thing, so it's like negative, like they think she's being like greedy or like
yeah,
she has a really big ego or she's snarky, but really like she's just owning herself, I think, and she's
Right.
like taking like that control of like herself that she didn't have confidence in before.
right, yeah, I like that about her.
Yeah, I did too. All right. I guess we can move on to song number 12, which is Your Love.
Oh my gosh, this was like my favorite song of the album.
Really?
It's so girly pop.
Oh my gosh.
Like she has like a lot of spunk in the song, and it's definitely like a 2010 song that I would remember it. It's very repetitive, but like in a good way, and it's the perfect amount of singing and rapping. And I give it a 10 out of 10, and I love the Adam and Eve part of the song. I thought it was so. It's just I remember every word.
Yeah, I know. Like, I like this song a lot too, actually. I thought the beat and the lyrics, like,
Yeah.
I think she did a good, like, 50-50 on both the song, like, the sound of the song and the
Right.
lyrics of the song. Because it's, like, about, like, a guy that all the girls want, and she's,
I
like,
know.
trying to convince him almost that, like, she's the one for him. Like, she can treat him well. It's, like, the Adam and Eve thing was,
Yeah.
like, you know, the story of Adam and Eve,
Yeah.
where, like, basically, like, Eve kind of betrays him by, like, eating the apple, but she was
Yeah.
told not to eat. So, like, she's telling him that, like, she's not gonna betray him.
Yeah.
And, like, that was so creative, because I could
know.
never think of that.
I love that song. I just love her.
Yeah.
Mm,
And
really.
then also, I thought it was interesting, because I didn't know who Bruce Willis was. And so the lyric is, "And for your loving, I'm gonna die hard like Bruce Willis." And so Bruce
Uh-huh.
Willis was in the movie Die Hard, which I feel like
Yeah.
is like a fun play on words.
I know she does a really good job with like rhyming, and her wordplay is just amazing.
Yeah.
It's just iconic.
I don't even know how like songwriters do that stuff. Like obviously they're made to write songs, but it's
Exactly.
like references like that are really interesting to me.
I know. a lot of them have like lived a longer life too, so they're like just
Mhm.
taking things in bits and pieces from
Yeah.
like their own lives, like favorite movies and stuff, and
Mhm.
just, you know,
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. I like it when people do that.
yeah, I know, I love you. So,
I also liked, this is the last thing I'm going to say about this song, but I liked the part where she said, like, the S on her chest.
oh my god,
Because
yeah.
she's, like, Supergirl, so she's, like, going to save him, which is, like, it kind of reminds me of, like, a lot of people our age are, like, talking about, like, guys, and they're like, oh, I could fix him. Like, no, you can't.
No.
And, like, maybe this song is about a guy she probably shouldn't be writing a song about, but, like,
Yeah.
you know,
He's just there.
yeah.
Man.
All right.
Yeah.
And then our very last song is Last Chance, which is track number 13.
I thought it was a good last song. It really tied the album together. It's not her best, but it's still catchy, and her growls are kind of cute. And she's showing her sweeter side in the song as well. She's like, "Arr."
Yeah. It's, like, about her last chance to get where she is right now.
Right.
And so, like, I liked the beat. It was very upbeat.
I know.
And it was, like, about her resilience to get where she is and, like, how she got the reward of, like, pushing through and, like,
Yeah.
really putting the work in. And so now she has the career that she's always wanted. And I thought that was, like, really sweet. It's a very sweet ending because, like, a lot of the
Yeah.
album is really sad.
I know.
You may not even think about it if you just listen to the album once because, like, if you're not really listening to the lyrics, you can't tell. But, like, some of them are just so sad.
Yeah, I know. But
Yeah.
I'm glad she, like, overcame those things.
I know.
And I'm sure she's doing great.
Yeah. I mean, this was 2010, so, like,
Yeah.
she's come a long way since
Yeah,
then.
she was also very
She's
young.
won, like, a couple Grammys, right?
Yeah.
Like, also, this album was nominated for 2 Grammys in 2012, I think.
Yeah, no, I think it's really cool how you get to, like, watch her, like, change. Like, she went through, like, her pink bob and, like, everything is pink.
Mhm.
And now she's, like, the long black hair and, like,
Yeah.
the gold. And, like, it's just so different, like, watching her go from, like, this, like, little pop princess to,
I
like...
know. I kind of missed the, like,
I
pink
know.
bob. I thought that was such a
I know.
serve.
Anytime I thought of Nicki, I just thought of her pink bob
I know.
and her little, like, candy cane outfits.
Yeah, we should have worn pink wigs today.
I know.
Next time.
Next time.
But thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, before we go, we should rate the album out of 10.
Definitely, it's a solid 7 out of 10 for me.
7 out of 10?
Yeah.
I think I agree with that because I liked a lot of the songs.
Right.
But I think there's probably like 2 solid songs that I would listen to on a daily basis. And one of
rest
those
is,
would
like,
be
a
Super
message.
Bass,
Super bass.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
which we sadly missed out on because we didn't do the complete version, which is okay. So,
It's
love
aight.
Super Bass.
Love super bass.
But yeah, do you have any like hot takes on the album? Is there anything that you really don't like?
I just wish she was a little happier.
No, I think she is now. So
Yeah. Love that for her.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well thanks for coming on.
You're welcome.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.
This one's for the boys with the boom system, top down AC with the cooler system when it comes up.